Yo, Pascal Siakam is back. Pascal Siakam is back. I mean, the Toronto Raptors are back. But before we continue today's video, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Do you guys agree with me that Pascal Siakam is back? And this Raptors team is back. I don't think there's a team in the league that is more versatile, more switchable, and kind of exciting to watch. I mean, there's a lot of teams. I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this team? I mean, when you watch Pascal Siakam, Precious Achiuwa, Scotty Barnes out there, those three guys are just switching between defenders. And then really, even when they have Yuta Watanabe, or you could argue Delano Banton, Svi, Gary Trent out there, they can switch. Really, the only person that doesn't really switch as much onto wing players is Fred VanVleet, and you could argue when Malachi Flynn does go out there. But Delano Banton's taking over the role as the backup point guard, and when he goes out there, like especially if it's Gary Trent, Delano Banton, Scotty Barnes, Precious Achiuwa, Siakam, everything's just switching. Everything is just switching. It's unreal, the switchability of this team, and they rebound as a whole. Like, I mean, Precious Achiuwa is their rebounding god on this team, but as a whole, they're all rebounding. Shout out Chris Boucher for actually having a decent game. But for the season, I mean, Pascal's averaging 18, but I really want to say the last few games, I know he's still shooting like 33% from the field, but he's going up close to 50% from the field, grabbing like 20 points a night, a block and a steal a game, 4 assists, and like 8 rebounds. He's really been like a key hog for this team, and it's very fun to watch because I know for a while a lot of us were saying like, what happened to Pascal? Like, why did he kind of like, one could argue, kind of fell off a cliff? And I mean, it did suck. But we could agree that was because he didn't touch a basketball for months before the bubble, and then like injuries and stuff like that. And I feel like finally we're starting to see the Pascal that deserved that contract. And he's the perfect fiddle, like second fiddle next to Scotty Barnes, Fred VanVleet, and Gary Trent. Like Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent, and even Scotty Barnes at times seem like they have first priority on shots over Pascal, and then Pascal's the other. But then tonight, like Pascal had 21 shots, and as of late, like Pascal has been taking more and more shots, and it's been good to watch, okay? Because this is a guy that for a while we were like, will he come back? But ever since like that Kings game where he dropped 32, he's just been on a run, okay? Like literally for the beginning of the year, it only seemed like he was taking about like 10 to 15 shots. But since that Kings game, he's been taking almost like 20 shots a night. And that's kind of what they need from him to be that scorer that they've kind of lacked since he got hurt. So that's where I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Are you guys with me that, hey, Pascal, not that bad, baby. Not that bad. And this team, honestly, if they couldn't trade Goran Dragic, like they're saying, because by the deadline, Chris Boucher, I mean, he had 14 points and he was a Sixth Man of the Year candidate last year. They were expecting him to continue that, but he didn't. So they don't really have a scorer off the bench. I mean, Yuta Watanabe, Svi, and Delano Banton can all like combine for a decent amount of points, or one of them can go off. Same with Chris Boucher. But you could argue if they can move Goran Dragic and maybe somebody else on this roster, I don't know who it would be. I don't think maybe Chris Boucher and Goran Dragic for a scorer. That'd be awesome. I mean, obviously a guy like Trey Burke would be phenomenal for this team. Imagine Trey Burke off the bench for the Raptors. I think he would be perfect for what they need. And yeah, so that's basically my thoughts. A little video on the Toronto Raptors. Pascal Siakam is back, okay? It felt like forever since we last saw this guy be himself, but now that he's back, it was fun to watch. It's fun to see our man Pascal have success because he's a good player and he deserves it, okay? He's one of those guys, he has a great story. He does have a great story, and I expect the best from him. So that's where I leave you guys. I want to hear your thoughts down below. Do you guys agree with me, or am I being overzealous on Pascal Siakam? I really do believe that he is back. It feels like forever ago when we saw a healthy Pascal, but I feel like this is the first time in a long time that we are seeing this. So I think everyone should put their popcorn and start eating it because Pascal Siakam is back, baby. And let's be honest, he is deadly. Like, so freaking good. I think he's one of the players that I think is always underrated. I'm always saying how much I think he's underrated. Like, I mean, Raptors fans obviously know how good he is, but he's definitely somebody that I think deserves more respect than he's received. So That's basically it for me, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Comment, like, and subscribe.